This Saturday, August 31st, is WWE's Bash in Berlin, the first such event of its name, as far as I can tell, at least for a WWE Premium Live event. We're back to the 5-match cards, the compact yet really stacked cards. I'm happy. Some of the stuff might seem a little predictable, other matches not so much. I'm going to do my best. These are my predictions for WWE Bash in Berlin. Welcome to Silo Voice Wrestling on YouTube and to the Silo Voice Wrestling podcast, wherever you get your podcasts. I'm Jason C. McLean. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and of course, ring that bell for notifications to get all my wrestling hot takes, cold takes, simmering takes, assorted thoughts on Raw and SmackDown, WWE PLE reviews. There will be one of this show, obviously. Wrestling opinion videos, just did one. And of course, predictions. Now, my first prediction is that this might be the only Bash in Berlin for a while, because it's unlike Clash at the Castle, where you could do it again at another town that has a castle associated with it, probably in the same country. They really can only do this one in Berlin. I mean, yeah, I guess they could do another German event, Bash in Bonn or something like that, or, I mean, Bash in Baltimore, but maybe they'll use the Bash term as a sort of series like they did in your house. But anyways, enough of that. Let's get into the card. For the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships, the champions, the unholy union of Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, versus challengers and former champions, Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. I'm going to make the exact same prediction I made at their first rematch, which I ended up being wrong. Well, I mean, it was a disqualification victory for Belair and Cargill, but I predict that Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill are going to win back their WWE Women's Tag Team Championships and then go on a total run. They fought for the belts. They gave them value. They're going to hold them for a while, right up until maybe before WrestleMania, when they kind of split from each other, and then they fight each other at WrestleMania. I think that's what I thought was going to happen all along. I'm not the only one who thought that. And I thought that Fire and Dawn winning the titles in Scotland was just a way to give something to the local crowd, seeing as they were going to screw over Drew McIntyre later in the show. And I was sure they were going to win them back, but they swerved us on that one. They made it a story involving Blair Davenport and Naomi. Fine. This is the time to give Bianca and Jade their championships back. As for Fire and Dawn, well, they can fight them again. And the women's tag team titles might have more value because Bianca and Jade were actually fighting for them as something of value from one team and now from another team. So this was a good little foray. I'm kind of glad it worked out the way it did, but it's time for Bianca and Jade to win those championships back. For a friendship bracelet, the strap match between CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. Yes, I joke. We all joke about the bracelet, but this is a grudge match, a blood feud. There might even be blood in this match. It's a strap match. So I think this is going to be a really good match. I think it's going to go back and forth. I think it's going to be brutal. I ultimately think, though, that CM Punk is going to win, specifically because I think this is going to be a trilogy of matches. It's way more than the trilogy if you consider all the other stuff going on and all the advanced stuff when Punk was injured. But Drew won the first one with Seth as the referee. I think Punk's going to win this one to lead to a third match, possibly at Bad Blood, possibly Hell in a Cell. Who knows? And I think that maybe Punk's going to win, but somehow Drew is either going to end up with the bracelet or take it back from him at some other point, attack him, not being happy with the loss to CM Punk. So I'm definitely looking forward to this match. And I'm not 100% sure, but my prediction is CM Punk's going to win to set up a third match. In a mixed tag team match, the Women's World Champion Liv Morgan and Dirty Dominic Mysterio, both representing the new Judgment Day, take on former Judgment Day members and the Terror Twins, Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest. Okay, I'm a little bit torn on this one. I mean, on one hand, you got to give Rhea and Priest some sort of a victory, especially Rhea. She came back and she lost her first match. But you also want to keep the heat on Judgment Day, and you also really want people rooting for Rhea to take that championship back, which I'm sure they already are. Of course, you want to do that at maybe a larger event than this. Not that this isn't a huge event in Europe, but anyways. So I do think the Terror Twins are ultimately going to squeak out a victory, but it's got to be Damian Priest pinning Dirty Dom. And I think Liv somehow, maybe after the match with Judgment Day interference, which is probably going to happen during the match, Liv is somehow going to get the upper hand on Rhea again to set up something in the future. I don't think it's going to be like a double disqualification, although if that was going to happen in any of these matches, I think this would be the one for that to happen in. I don't think people will be too upset because it's more the angle of the story with these two sets of people and their friends. Who knows? Maybe this will, I mean, Jey Uso's not doing anything on the card. Maybe he will come down and help out Rhea and Damian, maybe with Sami Zayn setting up that tag title match that seems to be on the back burner with the other members of Judgment Day. Who knows? But ultimately, my prediction is Damian Priest pins Dirty Dom. For the undisputed WWE Championship, the champion, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, defends against Kevin Owens. As for who's going to win, I predict Cody Rhodes is going to retain. He's not losing the championship this soon, and pretty sure not to Kevin Owens. At least not a babyface Kevin Owens. But is Kevin Owens going to turn heel? They've been really teasing it. That's the real mystery here. And I think they're going to tease it, but Kevin Owens is not going to turn heel. Maybe the Bloodline or new Bloodline members are going to come in at the end and attack maybe Cody after he wins, and Kevin Owens is going to defend him, and they're going to solidify the fact that KO and Cody are still friends. Yes, they do need more heels, more top level heels on SmackDown, but I'm pretty sure Randy Orton's going that route at some point soon, maybe after this match. And they could possibly, tease something with like when Roman tries to like recruit enemies of the new Bloodline who are his former enemies, and maybe Cody goes for it, but KO doesn't. That's potentially down the line. KO might at some point turn heel, but I definitely don't think it's going to happen here, and I definitely think Cody Rhodes is going to retain. For the World Heavyweight Championship, the champion and King of the Ring winner, Gunther, defends against challenger Randy Orton. Now, Cody Rhodes' title defenses usually are the main event, and that's how it's listed on WWE's website. But I am sure for the local audience, but also the last match is going to be this. This is the main event because Gunther's not the hometown guy. He's from Vienna, Austria, but the same way that, Cardiff, Wales was Scotsman Drew McIntyre's backyard. Gunther is going to be an incredibly over situational babyface here, meaning Randy Orton's got to be a situational heel. I think Orton can maybe do some work here to still be a babyface in the States and everywhere else, but to set the groundwork for his ultimate heel turn, because I'm pretty sure he's going to end up going after Cody Rhodes, because I am sure that Gunther is going to retain. So yeah, that's my prediction. Gunther retains. It's going to be a hard fight. I don't know if there's going to be interference. I'm pretty sure Gunther, he didn't win clean the last time. It was a messed up victory because there was a count when the shoulders weren't down. It's going to be a clean victory. Randy's really going to fight. He's going to, and maybe somehow Gunther gets the better of him. I don't know how. I am sure Gunther is walking out as champion, and I'm sure the victory is going to be clean. And that might give Randy Orton some bitterness for the future. But I'm in no scenario. This isn't the former regime where they like to mess with the hometown. I'm sure Gunther is winning. But what about that LA Knight Open Challenge for the United States Championship? I almost forgot about this one. Yes, there's an open challenge. LA Knight will defend his United States Championship against whomever shows up at Bash at Berlin. Of course, I don't see it on the official card on WWE's website, so it could be part of SmackDown, which is also in Berlin. Hasn't happened yet. I think it's going to be on the main card, though, and I think the challenger is going to be, wait for it, Ludwig Kaiser. Now, LA Knight's going to retain. Unless, by the way, if Ludwig Kaiser wins, then I'm like, oh, Gunther's in trouble. He might lose. Why? Because Ludwig Kaiser should have a prime spot on the show in his home country and possibly hometown. I'm not sure if he's actually from Berlin, but he's definitely German. And the way they set it up as an open challenge, you have LA Knight come out, get some massive babyface pop because nobody knows who he's fighting. And then Kaiser comes out as the challenger, and he gets a massive situational babyface pop as well, too. LA Knight ultimately wins, but it's not like they're making LA Knight even a situational heel because we didn't know who the challenger was till Kaiser shows up, and it gives Kaiser a good showing on the card. So these are my predictions for WWE's Bash in Berlin. I mean the 2024 WWE Bash in Berlin PLE, in case they do another one, but at this point, it's the only one. Do you agree with my predictions? Do you agree with some, not all, not some? Anyway, no, that doesn't work like that. Anyways, let me know what you think in the comments. Follow at Silo Wrestling on X, at Silo Voice Wrestling on Instagram and Facebook, and me at Jason C. McLean on X and Instagram. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and ring that bell for notifications. I will be back with my review of Bash in Berlin, and next week I'll go back to the Raw and SmackDown Assorted Thoughts. I had missed it this week, but I did get an opinion video out. Anyways, I will catch you next time. For Silo Voice Studios in Montreal, I'm Jason C. McLean.